A brand new episode of the Elon Phoenix Weekly is right around the corner.
We have an exciting show lined up for you today, so don't go anywhere. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Greg Brzezinski.
And I'm Cabby Borders. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Be sure to tune in every Saturday as we bring you a closer look into the lives of your favorite Elon athletes and coaches, both on and off the field.
For many of Elon fall sports, the season is coming to a close with Southern Conference tournament play in progress or already completed.
For men's and women's cross country, the 2011 fall season has been an exciting one, with records being broken at both the personal and school level. Record-breaking seems to have become a habit for sophomore Allie Orem, who finished with both a personal best and the school record at the SoCon Championship race in Charleston.
Although Allie Orem's running career did not begin as quickly as other runners did, her competitive nature and drive to succeed have helped her race to the top of Elon's record book. A former soccer player and track runner, Allie did not start running cross-country until her junior year of high school. Now as a sophomore, she is a second-team All-SoCon runner and the fastest 5K runner in Elon women's history, after 4 years of hard work and dedication.
No, I just kept on working hard and didn't give up on myself, and I told myself that if I had a bad race, I couldn't think about it, just keep pushing forward and looking to the next race and looking to do better.
While Allie has continued to grow and have success as a runner, she doesn't just credit herself. She points to her teammates and coaches that motivate her every day.
Just like training with a team of girls who are so competitive with each other, and it's just like great. You train a lot better.
Between Allie's competitive drive and the support of her team around her, she is now a part of Elon's record book, as she recently recorded the fastest 5K time in Elon women's history.
My head was in the game just physically too. Everything connected, and I felt great, and it was a good race. I was really excited, but there were like a couple of Furman girls in front of me that I was ahead of during the race, so I was a little upset because I wanted to beat them, but I was still really happy.
Record already set in stone, Allie still wants to improve, both individually and as a team, particularly at the SoCon Championship.
The group of girls we're bringing is going to be key to our success. I think we're just going to do great, and everyone's been having a great season, so I think we're going to do it. And for me, I want to get down a little bit more. I want to go past that record and catch the girls that beat me when I broke that record from Furman, and some girls from Greensboro too. So just try my best, top 10. So.
Allie and the team accomplished their goals as Allie improved upon her record time by running a 17:30 and by placing 9th overall at the SoCon Championship, while the team took 3rd overall. As she looks ahead toward the end of the season, Allie still wants to see continued improvement, and that sort of dedication doesn't come without a love of the sport and those running with you.
But now, being on a team that's so competitive, I love cross country. It's definitely my favorite.
Orem has continued her record-breaking streak, recently setting her personal best in the NCAA Southeast Regional 6K with a time of 22 minutes and 18.3 seconds.
In preparation for the 2012 season, the softball team held open tryouts on October 25th to attempt to reel in new talent to an already strong standing team. We talked to the coaches and players to find out what it takes in an athlete to become a part of the Elon softball team.
Elon softball has undergone some serious change since last season. After the most successful campaign in Phoenix history, Coach Patty Reden's left to pursue other career opportunities. even though the Phoenix posted a 38-win mark and reached their first NCAA national tournament. Now, interim head coach Kathy Bocock is looking to build on the success of last year. One of the ways that she plans to do so is by continuing the tradition of the Phoenix holding open tryouts to find the untapped talent Elon has to offer.
Well, sometimes there's a diamond in the rough out here that we've missed, so we decided to go ahead and put on a tryout. We had quite a few emails asking us about it, so we went ahead and followed up with it and decided to go ahead and have one this year. And you know, we might be missing a player out here that could fill a role for us that we're lacking.
You know, we posted on our website, the coaches let us know that we're going to have, you know, an open tryout each year. In years past, we've had them.
Freshman Deandra Young and junior Allie Ford came to the tryouts to show Coach Bo what they could do. It was a fairly simple tryout, but was built to show off their skill and what they could bring to the team. From warm-ups to batting practice and fielding, the open tryouts covered all the general skills it took to compete at the Division I level.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy.
The coaches went into the tryout with an open mind, but in order for one of the girls to make the squad, they had to possess qualities that would benefit the Phoenix both on and off the field.
We weren't really looking for any specific positions. We just would like to have a utility player that even could fill the role as a pinch runner. You never know what kind of game situation you're going to be in, and it always helps to have someone fill that role.
I think with them, you know, if they end up making the team, I think that, you know, they have to know that we are a family and, you know, softball comes second along with next to academics, and we're all just about looking out for each other and being there for each other and, you know, doing everything that we can to be a family.
Well, they're both very intelligent young ladies, and they've been in part of a team before, so I think they would just interact and fill right in as soon as the role was there for them.
While softball tryouts took place in late October, Coach Bocock and her staff had plenty of time to make their decision, as softball is a spring sport. They're going to look into the candidates and make sure whether or not they have the qualities and intangibles to make the squad. For more info on whether or not these girls will make the team, the trial process, and general softball news, be sure to check out elonphoenix.com.
Along with tryout results, be on the lookout for updates about the recently announced Hunt Softball Park, which begins construction this spring and has been made possible by the generous donation of trustees Vicki and Sam Hunt.
Now it's time for our Elon Phoenix Weekly trivia question. Elon has a rich history of men's basketball. Can you name the men's coach who has led his team to more victories than anyone else in school history?
The answer to that question after the break. Plus, a look back at the career of Dwayne Johnson, a former tennis player and member of the Elon Hall of Fame.
Plus, we'll take you behind the scenes of an Elon home football game.
All this and more when we return here on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Live the Maroon life and support Phoenix football as they take on Appalachian State on November 19th at 3 p.m. For more information or to purchase tickets, head to elonphoenix.com.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
Through their daily pursuit of excellence, Elon student athletes have gained recognition for their achievements both on and off the field.
Building a winning tradition takes hard work and dedication.
Dedication to the Maroon life.
Where success is not only measured by just wins and trophies, but also by the knowledge we gain.
At Elon, we're more than just athletes.
We're student athletes.
Providing support enables success. Help sustain the winning tradition of Elon Athletics while securing the future of our student athletes for years to come.
Now back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
Welcome back to your ESPN2 local sports break.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
Earlier this fall, we highlighted the 2011 Hall of Fame class, as well as featuring a few other prominent figures in Elon Athletics. This week, we take a look at former Fighting Christian tennis standout Dwayne Johnson.
Most college athletes never imagined being inducted into their school's Hall of Fame. Former Elon tennis great Dwayne Johnson recently returned to his alma mater to reflect on his accomplishments.
My name's Dwayne Johnson, and I'm the class of 1988.
Johnson, raised in Burlington, North Carolina, has always aspired to play collegiate sports in his home state.
I chose Elon. I grew up in the area, and I always wanted to play sports here. My initial dream was to play basketball here at Elon. That didn't work out as I hoped, but I did get the opportunity to play tennis here at Elon.
And the right choice he made. Johnson went on to have a stellar Elon tennis career, garnering 1 All-American and 2 academic All-Americans. Johnson also got to serve as a ball boy in the U.S. Open. In 2002, Johnson was one of the 6 inductees to the Elon Hall of Fame.
Coming into Elon, that was the last thing on my mind, that I would ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was a great honor and something that I'm very grateful to Dr. White, Coach Parham, and who nominated me, and the Hall of Fame board who selected me. So it was really like a dream come true, something that I never thought would happen.
But even with all of the individual awards and honors, Johnson is more proud of the team accomplishments. The team won back-to-back championships in the Southern Atlantic Athletic Conference in 1987 and 1988, making an appearance at the national tournament in '87.
The team achievements were, we were the first team to win a conference title in 50 years. We were the first team to win the district title ever in Elon history. We were the first team to get to go to the national tennis tournament, and the first team also to finish in the top 10. So those are really the highlights of my career.
Despite starting tennis at a later age than most, Johnson worked extra hard to match his peers.
I started playing tennis late. I started playing tennis right before I turned 16. So I had a lot of ground to make up in a short period of time. And I made that up because I worked twice as hard as everyone else.
He played every match with a tenacious, competitive spirit.
I hustled. I was kind of like a Rocky Balboa. No matter how far down I got, I didn't give up. Sometimes my competitiveness and my fire went a little over the line, but for the most part, it really served me well. I had to have that to win because I wasn't exactly the most talented guy on the court. I won a lot of matches on heart and hustle.
Today, Johnson still goes out to see the Elon tennis matches whenever he can. Johnson sees a bright, promising future in today's young Phoenix players.
I try to get out to as many matches as I can. I follow them online, watching their results, and they've had some really great teams over the last several years, and it's been a whole lot of fun to follow them and to come out and watch and support them.
Though Elon has had a rich tradition of athletes, one of the best parts about Phoenix athletics is the atmosphere at every home game. 5 times per year, the Phoenix faithful file into the gates of Rhodes Stadium to cheer on their beloved team.
After 60 minutes of competition, players and fans alike file out of the stadium having experienced great football in a great atmosphere. But few people truly know what goes into making sure every fan has a great experience. On homecoming weekend, the Elon Phoenix Weekly went behind the scenes to see just what it takes to make sure the game runs smoothly.
prep for the stadium for a football game actually starts the week of the game. Our environmental services crew will come through a few days prior, and they will make sure the stands and everything are clean. They'll make sure the boxes and the third floor where our press are, they're all clean and prepared. So really preparation starts early. As far as I'm concerned, I'll usually start the Monday of the game, going through and just looking at the stadium, make sure there's no final physical plant work order things that we need to take care of, things that need to be fixed or things that need to be cleaned or things like that before the game day.
The main thing I have to do is I create a timeline during the week, and that includes all the marketing pieces. We have a third-party rights holder, IMG, so we have all the sponsorship obligations that we have to fulfill during the game. And then we obviously have the game itself, so making sure that we stay on a timeline, that we get everything done, and that we don't interfere. The last thing we want to do is actually interfere with the game or the game atmosphere, so we're there to enhance it. So making sure that we're doing that, we're playing music at appropriate times, and we're putting stuff on the scoreboard that's going to enhance the fan atmosphere instead of take away from it.
After the week of preparation, game day arrives, and it's time to fill up the stadium.
A typical day, we meet at Skids across the street, have breakfast, and that's where all of us with operations and marketing and tickets, we all get together and go over the whole day game plan. So start that about 9 o'clock, and then we go to the field, get everything set up, open the tailgating areas, make sure they're all running, then focus inside the stadium, make sure everything's set up there. And the next thing you know, the team's on the field, we kick off, and we go from there.
My day consists of, when I get here, I'll start with just unlocking everything, turning on all the lights and the scoreboards and the video boards and everything to make sure everything's working. And then I just go through my laundry list of things to do throughout the day. We meet with the officials pregame, and they'll go over everything just to make sure everybody's on the same page as far as the procedures through the game. I usually go over our game timeline with them just to alert them of anything special we have going on in the game, let them know where I am or where somebody will be if they need assistance throughout the game, and just to make sure that we're all on the same page and everything is taken care of.
Before long, it's time for the game to begin.
All right, so now what we're going to do, we've done the lineups, we're going to do a sideline report with Cabby, then we're going to do a video commercial that's on the system, and then we're going to do a live game ball presentation on the field. As soon as that's done, then we got to run down there, tell the team when they're supposed to take the field. So the next 3 or 4 minutes should be kind of good.
The best part about the job is that I get to tell the team when to come on the field. So by the time we actually get to the team taking the field, 90% of my job is done. All I have after that is just fulfilling a couple little things and then making sure halftime goes. But I'm a football fan at heart, and I love watching the team take the field. I know as soon as they take the field, then it's kickoff, and then I can actually sit back, relax, and watch a little bit of it, and being on the sidelines is a great view. I
don't do a lot of watching the game. As I'm walking around the stadium, I do get to see bits and pieces here, but during the game, I have a variety of things I do. I try to keep an eye on the game itself, is make sure the officials don't need anything. If I'm not actually on the field myself, I'll have one of my students on the field. That way, if anything were to come up during the game the officials need assistance with, or our team or the visiting team, I'll have somebody down there that can radio to me and we can get that solved. If there's any clock, scoreboard issues, play clock issues, things like that, we all take care of that. But yeah, for the most part during the game, I'm walking around the stadium, just keep my eyes open and handling any little issues that we have here or there.
But in the end, it's the excitement of the games and the joy of the crowd that keeps them coming back week after week.
At the end of the day, when you look up and you see the crowd and you see the fans get excited and the team runs on the field, it makes it all worthwhile. So that's how we all feel about it. So we don't mind coming in at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, even though we're not going to kick off till 3.
It's your last chance to enjoy their hard work as the Phoenix play their final home football game of the season this afternoon at 3 against Appalachian State.
Earlier in the show, we asked if you knew the all-time leader in coaching wins for the Elon men's basketball team. The answer, Bill Miller. Miller coached Elon teams to 329 victories over his storied career. Miller was the head coach from 1959 until 1979. He was inducted into Elon's Hall of Fame in 1991.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to take a look at new head women's basketball coach, Charlotte Smith.
And we'll bring you highlights from the Elon men's soccer win in the Southern Conference Championship Final.
Don't go anywhere.
Catch the Phoenix in action as football takes on Appalachian State November 19th at 3 p.m. in the last home football game of the season. Stay up to date on all things Elon Athletics by logging on to elonphoenix.com or by following us on Facebook and Twitter.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
Now back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break. This past summer, Elon announced Charlotte Smith as the new head coach for women's basketball. With an extensive and impressive playing career, Smith brings a new energy to the court, using her unique experiences to guide the team.
New Elon women's basketball head coach Charlotte Smith has seen and accomplished a great deal in her life in basketball. As an All-American at UNC, she had the game-winning shot in the 1994 NCAA title game versus Louisiana Tech, a moment that ESPN called the greatest in the sport's history. Now she adds a new chapter to her legacy as she becomes the head coach here at Elon. While she's never led a program before, Smith brings a lifetime of experience she began acquiring at a young age to her new school.
Basketball has made me a very competitive person in life in general. Grew up in a basketball family, and I just remember the days when my Uncle David Thompson would come home from his NBA seasons, and we'd have an opportunity to compete against him, and did a lot of different competitions, so I think competition just runs in my blood.
Despite her uncle's ties to NC State, Smith ended up at Carolina, where she would eventually work her way to be mentioned with the all-time greats at the school and make countless memories.
It was the most exciting time of my life. Not only did I get an opportunity to play, at the school where Michael Jordan played, but, I had an opportunity to develop lifelong relationships with a lot of the young ladies that were on the team. So that was the thing that was just most important to me, is just making sure I was at a place that felt like home away from home. And it wasn't so bad to win a national championship in that mix of things as well.
During her playing days in the WNBA, Smith was approached by legendary Tar Heel coach Sylvia Hatchell and was asked about joining the UNC staff. But believe it or not, Smith didn't think coaching was for her at the time.
Well, I really tried to dodge getting into coaching for a while. When Coach Hatchell initially asked me to come on board, I turned it down because I wanted to focus on my professional career. And I never really inspired to be a coach. It just kind of fell into my lap, with Coach Hatchell offering me again that second time to come back.
Eventually, Smith gave in and began her coaching career in the place she once called home. It was there at UNC that with her work with Coach Hatchell, she formed her coaching philosophy.
Coach Hatchell is my rock, and she's my mentor, and I've watched her over the years, as one of her assistants the last 9 years, and I'm just grateful and appreciative for all that she's sown into my life. She's taught me how to be, a teacher, number one, not just a coach, and being a coach is about being a teacher and teaching players life lessons, because the basketball will eventually stop bouncing one day, and what you teach them to be as human beings is more important than a jump shot or a jump hook.
After spending the past 9 years as an assistant at UNC, Smith began thinking about a head coaching opportunity. That's where Elon came into play, and she liked what the Phoenix had to offer.
Once the job opportunity became available, I got online and I did a lot of research, and I was just like, wow, this sounds like a great fit for myself, because it's a great academic school, and I just love what they stand for in terms of excellence and doing things the right way. And so I was very excited about that. And then also the U.S. News and World Report said that Elon is the #1 school to watch. And I said, well, why watch when I can be part of it?
When the moment came and athletic director Dave Blank offered her the head coaching position, Smith couldn't help but be excited.
When I received a call on Saturday from Mr. Blank, it was the day before Father's Day, I saw my phone and I saw the caller ID, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's Mr. Blank. And I didn't answer the phone the first time because I was kind of freaking out. And then finally I called him back, and he offered me the job, and I accepted, and it's been rolling ever since.
The transition to a new team is never an easy one, but it's been made easier for Smith after spending time with her players and building up the foundation of their relationship.
I'm thankful because the players have received me with open arms, and I think, you know, with the European tour, we had an opportunity to bond, and so it's like we've been family for a long time. And it's just been a great transition because the players, they work really hard. You know, I don't have to teach effort, and so that's one of the things that coaches never want to do.
Smith is ecstatic to be able to build a program in her own image, but wants nothing more than to give her team a chance to reach new levels and achieve success.
Most of all, I'm just looking forward to building a championship program. You know, from a little girl, I've been very competitive and I always wanted to win. And, you know, the biggest thing is I just want the players to experience what it feels like to win a championship. I've won several championships, and I just want them to experience that as well.
Smith recently led the team to their first win with a 70-46 victory over Virginia Union. And while we expect an exciting start to the women's basketball season, the men's soccer team is on quite a roll as they wrap up their season.
That's right, Cabby. Elon wrapped up an exciting run in the Southern Conference tournament. As the 6th seed, Elon was a heavy underdog in the tournament. But after knocking off 3rd seed Georgia Southern, they went into the semifinals and promptly stunned 16th-ranked Furman in a thrilling 1-0 victory. Heading into the title game, Elon faced top-seeded and regular season champion UNCG with a trip to the NCAA tournament on the line.
Let's go, boys. Welcome to the end, boys. We leave this field with a W.
Everything you got. Let's go, baby. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Come on, boys.
Elon took the field in Boone with high expectations and hoping to avenge their regular season loss to UNCG. Early on, despite several chances, Elon could not crack through UNCG's outstanding goalie, Peyton Ford. However, Jordan Smith, who had just 1 goal all season coming into the match, put Elon on the board in the 43rd minute as the Phoenix take a 1-0 lead. Later in the second half, Daniel Lovitz is hauled down in front of the net, and Elon is awarded their first penalty kick of the season. Gabe Latigue sets up and buries the PK in the back of the net for a 2-0 lead. Not to be outdone, in the 74th minute, Smith makes some nifty moves, dribbles around the goalie, and taps in his second goal of the match, giving Elon a 3-0 advantage. UNCG tries to rally with 2 late goals, but it's not enough, as Elon hangs on for the improbable 3-2 win and their first men's soccer Southern Conference title in school history.
With the 3-2 victory, Elon will advance to their first ever NCAA tournament. Senior Nick Millington was named the tournament's outstanding player, with Smith, Latigue, and Austin King named to the all-tournament team.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or want to watch us again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Also, be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you have a spectacular weekend.
And be sure to join us again on the show next Saturday morning. For the Elon Phoenix Weekly, I'm Cabby Borders.
And I'm Greg Brzezinski. Thanks for watching.